The Los Angeles Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks have finalized a trade that sends Luka Doncic to LA and Anthony Davis to the Mavs. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, trades in NBA history. A move that not only reshapes the destinies of the two teams involved, but also has far-reaching implications for the rest of the league, both in the short and long term. So let's break down this trade from every angle. First, let's examine the motivations behind both teams agreeing to this trade. Mavericks GM Nico Harrison told ESPN, "I believe that defense wins championships," adding, "Getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future." These words make sense given that the player leaving the Texas franchise is not known for his defensive prowess. However, I find this explanation overly simplistic and more of a circumstantial statement rather than revealing the true reasons behind the trade. No NBA trade is genuinely based on such a general and superficial assumption. Another reason that emerged in the hours following the trade announcement is Dallas's hesitation to commit to Doncic with a max contract due to his consistent conditioning issues. Given these circumstances, the Mavericks front office sought a trade and found the right counterpart in Anthony Davis for the former Real Madrid player. AD is a big man with significant defensive impact, no conditioning issues, and a technical fit with Kyrie Irving that seems promising. On the Lakers side, they secure the face of the franchise post-LeBron James. Few players, if any, could have been a better alternative than Doncic in this regard, especially considering that Pelinka didn't have to give up a massive number of draft picks to make it happen. Additionally, the Lakers now have two of the best players in terms of technical skill and game IQ in recent NBA history. This unexpected trade opens up numerous market scenarios to explore leading up to the February 6th trade deadline. The likelihood of both the Mavericks and the Lakers making further moves is high, as both teams will need to rebalance their rosters. For instance, Dallas might consider trading Daniel Gafford, especially if Anthony Davis is viewed more as a center than a power forward. This could allow them to acquire a guard or a small forward to complement Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson. Meanwhile, the Lakers will definitely need to add a high-quality big man, preferably one who can effectively protect the paint. They may also look to improve their bench with some key additions. There are several players who seem likely to leave their current teams and could be a great fit for both the Mavericks and the Lakers. For the Mavericks, there's a possibility that the negotiations for Jimmy Butler could accelerate. The Miami Heat star would be an excellent fit for Dallas, both technically, given his versatility, and especially in terms of leadership, as the Mavericks currently lack a true leader. But if they can't secure Butler, the front office might opt for a player like Brandon Ingram, Cam Johnson, or Chris Middleton, who are all high-quality alternatives that would elevate the team's overall level. The Lakers, on the other hand, have multiple needs to address in the market. In addition to at least one big man, the team needs defensive specialists and high-quality role players. One player who would fit well in LA is Marcus Smart, who is set to leave Memphis and who could serve as a point-of-attack defender for the Lakers, freeing him from playmaking duties already handled by Doncic and LeBron. Other intriguing names on the market include Bruce Brown, DeAndre Hunter, Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, and Jakob Poeltl. Pelinka could aim to acquire more than one of these players to bolster the roster. Let's briefly examine how this trade translates tactically and statistically for the two teams involved. Starting with Dallas, Kyrie Irving will undoubtedly have more offensive responsibilities, both in scoring and playmaking, compared to what we saw before Luka Doncic's injury. However, this hasn't always translated to better individual stats for Kyrie. While his quantitative numbers improve without Doncic, his efficiency tends to drop. This happens because the opposing team's best perimeter defender no longer has to guard Doncic and can focus solely on Irving. For instance, in last season's playoff series against the Thunder, Luka did an excellent job defending Doncic, while Jalen Williams, though not ineffective, couldn't replicate his teammates' success. In a potential future series against OKC, Dort would now be matched up against Irving consistently. Trading away the Slovenian also means giving more touches to Spencer Dinwiddie, who's a talented player but who has become known for his inefficiency and his high usage on isolation plays over the past few years. While Doncic slowed down the offense to make the right reads, Dinwiddie often slows down the offense to take forced off-balance shots. However, the Mavericks will now have the opportunity to involve a big man like Anthony Davis more in the offensive scheme. Under Coach Kidd, the offense had been heavily focused on the two ball-dominant guards, partly due to the roster's construction. Now they can rely on Davis, who has increased his offensive involvement and improved his decision-making this year under Redick. For the Lakers, one notable outcome of Coach Redick's arrival has been seeing LeBron James play more off the ball, sometimes even as a cutter. This trend will likely continue with the addition of Luka Doncic, who prefers to play on ball rather than not, which is positive since LeBron will gladly share some of the offensive load with the former EuroLeague MVP. However, the players who stand to benefit the most from Doncic's arrival are Rui Hachimura, who can take on a role similar to what PJ Washington did in the second half of last season in Dallas, Dorian Finney-Smith, who played some of the best basketball of his career alongside Doncic, and Dalton Knecht, who will become an even more formidable spot-up threat thanks to the Slovenian's ability to create open looks for his teammates. In this final part of the video, I'll share my personal opinions on the trade. I believe Dallas comes out worse from this deal, both in the present and the future. While I doubted they would win the championship this year with Doncic, I'm even more certain they won't win it now that they've replaced him with Anthony Davis. The overall talent level of the team has decreased, and a player like Doncic is nearly impossible to replace. Additionally, this Mavericks team has now two high-caliber players who are neither true superstars capable of leading the team to a championship, nor true leaders. Looking ahead, Dallas also loses out in the long term. They've traded away the cornerstone of their franchise for a player who, while talented, is about to turn 32, along with just one first-round pick. On the other hand, the Lakers might be less complete as a team in the short term, but they have a better outlook for building a true championship contender both now and in the future. Having Doncic on the team ensures competitiveness even after LeBron retires. I personally doubted that Davis would have stepped up and led the team after LeBron retired, and I thought it was more likely he would have left, prompting a full team rebuild. Doncic, however, strikes me as much more inclined to be the cornerstone of the franchise and a generational talent around whom the team can be rebuilt. That's all for today. If you want to support this channel, feel free to subscribe and like the video. Also, don't forget to check out the description for my IG profile with exclusive content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.